I had my doubts it was real, but a deeper part of me knew I was experiencing a change as I felt tingles go up my spine. I'm speaking about my first experience of some profound healing work I received from a woman named Constance back in 2012. I arrived at a healing circle of about 17 people. Supposedly, Constance was clearing out people's issues with a simple magnet. Each brief session lasted about 5 minutes, as I noticed each person gasping and shaking afterwards. I thought this was probably some kind of New Age BS. And then it was my turn. While focused on me, she moved her fingers in a strange way, what I later would understand to be called muscle testing. The theory goes, our bodies are connected to our subconscious mind, which records the record of every experience we've ever had. To tap into these records, we test our muscles, which gets stronger when we ask a question that is true and weaker when we ask a question that is false. After muscle testing me for about 10 seconds, she glanced at a chart and said, "You have 52 experiences of grief." Boom! I was stunned by the truth. I felt so embarrassed to admit I had been grieving that very day over a woman who appeared to reject me. Constance said, "My grief originated at 4 years old, but became full-blown at 8 years. Wow, my parents divorced when I was 4 years old. As a young child, I absorbed and held the grief of my father that he could not process. At age 8, my father won us children in a court battle, and I lost the closest person of my life for 5 years, my mother. I was closest to my mother, and I lacked connection to my mentally challenged father. It was a huge trauma experience to lose her, and that trauma had never been fully healed." Constance said, "Trapped emotions grow like snowballs, attracting more and more like experiences until they are cleared. No wonder I had so many short-term relationships, including 2 failed marriages. Indeed, I kept attracting women that were not available and finding myself in tears almost every day, as crazy as that sounds. So supposedly all that would be clear just with a few swipes of a magnet over my head and back. I was thinking, you've got to be kidding. This is the kind of stuff people go through many years of therapy for and still not get free. It seemed too good to be true, yet I had nothing to lose. So she swiped the magnet. I felt tingles and something shift inside of me. After that, I never grieved again. I have grieved appropriately for other reasons like funerals, but that issue was over." Constance then explained, "I had a heart wall, a series of trapped emotions that block intimacy with others. We formed them in childhood because love was coupled with a kind of pain, like being neglected, controlled, or abused. So we developed an emotional pattern to protect ourselves against being hurt again. This protection mechanism pushes love away. For example, many women develop the pattern of being over-responsible for others, while many men have had too much pride, keeping them from feeling their feelings and risking vulnerability. That was me. I had a lot of pride to clear. Of the thousands of sessions we've given since then, everyone we've checked has a heart wall to clear. These emotions act like a filter. Imagine my heart wall is only allowing 50% of my love to be expressed, and your heart wall is only allowing in 50%, so only a trickle is getting through. And so we have many in our society who lack close friends and long-term loving relationships." Constance said, "I had 8 trapped emotions in my heart wall, and they were keeping me out of relationship. It's true, since my second divorce 4 years earlier, dating wasn't happening for me. That all changed when? The very day I cleared that 8th emotion. I dated a woman, and another the next day. I wasn't trying to date, it was just happening. The following evening, I met my soulmate, Makwa, who is now my beautiful wife. In the past, the longer I was in relationship, the worse the relationship got. But Makwa and I's relationship keeps getting better and better over the years. This is because we learned and expanded on this healing work. Whenever we have an upset, we discover the cause with muscle testing and clear it in minutes. We haven't found anyone who doesn't have a heart wall that either keeps them out of relationship or in a conflicted relationship. And we're thrilled to see people finally discovering harmony with their soulmate after getting their heart wall cleared by us and our students. We have learned trapped emotions are the subconscious blockages that sabotage people's lives in every way you can imagine. Layer by layer, we clear the stuff that keeps us from living our full potential. I had already been developing a healing system since the year 2000. So when I learned Constance's method, I was able to expand the 60 emotion chart to 180 different kinds of blockages that can be cleared instantly. I call it the Freedom Code. Can the Freedom Code be used to heal physical issues? Absolutely yes. Frequently, we remove physical pain out of our clients' bodies for it never to return. I remember 8 years ago, when I was just learning this simple healing work, I gave a session to a friend of mine in Spain on Skype. I'm just a rookie and I wasn't planning on doing this work, but she insisted because she was in a lot of pain, excruciating pain from a toothache. And she had already scheduled her tooth to be removed by a dentist the next day. I thought, of course, she'll need to have her tooth removed, but the muscle testing revealed the tooth could be saved, which I really found that hard to believe. Every time I cleared an emotion, she said the pain had dropped. After clearing about 8 emotions, in about 40 minutes, the pain was completely gone. She canceled her dentist appointment, and to this day, she still has that tooth. Since then, Makwa and I have had many experiences with similar clients, clearing all kinds of aches and pains. Of course, it's better not to wait until trapped emotions pile up and crystallize into a physical health element. As they say, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. As we keep clearing our emotions, who knows how many diseases we have already avoided. And our physical, mental, and emotional health keeps advancing to higher states without taking supplements. This is because the authentic self or soul is perfection of health. Once we get the self-sabotaging, toxic feelings, beliefs, and memories cleared, one's soul fills their body with vibrant light, their mind with brilliant ideas and creativity, and resulting abundance abounds. Free of trapped emotions, we are no longer in reaction to our circumstances. Solutions arise from our soul's intuition, and our lives shift from struggle to grace. I've been studying a large list of healing arts over the years, and as far as I've seen, the Freedom Code is the most advanced healing system that addresses and clears virtually every kind of emotional, mental, and physical challenge. Yet it is simple enough for anyone to learn. Over the last 8 years, we have not had one person who could not learn it and be amazed by their own healing ability. You see, we have come to understand disease is not caused by the outer world, even though unhealthy environments can trigger our emotional issues. We're only susceptible to disease if our energy is out of balance to the first place. The average person has hundreds of trapped emotions, and these emotions make us irritable, tired, and susceptible to outer harm because our protective aura becomes weak. Have you ever noticed how it's weak people that usually get sick? By learning the Freedom Code, you learn how to become strong to everything in the universe. Since 2012, Makwa and I have cleared hundreds of emotions out of ourselves, and to be honest, we just don't get sick anymore. Not even a cold. Our energy keeps getting more clear, whole, and pristine and activated. Whenever we feel out of balance in any way, we just clear the issue in minutes. We want everyone to learn this way of living in grace and ease. So I ask you now, are your muscles strong enough for love? Find out by experiencing the Freedom Code on Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific at our online Accelerated Transformation Circle. Your first experience is free, and you're invited to learn it, to free yourself and others at our next Freedom Code training. Please join us. This is Joa Janaquias of the I Am University of Mount Shasta, and please share this video with others who are suffering. Blessings.